PKN 280. Kyle was just telling us Tarkov stuff that I thought was telling.
It's really cool. It's not even about the game at all. It's about this streamer named Pastilli, who's a nice guy. He's ex-Australian Army, I believe, and he's retired. He's been doing this. He's been streaming and fishing. He's like when you leave the Army, there's like an exit interview. They're like, hey, so we want to make sure you've got a plan. Where you headed? And he's like, going to fish and play PC games. And they're like, we'll see you in a year.
That kind of answer, they're okay with that?
They were not.
They were like,
they're like, you'll be right back. We'll see you soon. He's like, no, you won't. And so he's been doing okay. He's one of my favorite YouTubers and streamers. Pastilli is his name. And Pastilli is he's a grown ass man. He's late 30s, I would imagine. He makes very good guides and he's fun to watch. Well, Tarkov did this thing just yesterday where if you link your Tarkov account with your Twitch account and you watch one of their streamers, which there was a huge list of maybe 100 streamers, large to small, they give you they drop you an item every few hours, like every 4 or 5 hours. Mm-hmm. So Tarkov quickly became the #1 most viewed thing on Twitch. It was beating out just chatting. They had, when I looked, they had over 100,000 people just watching Tarkov. And everybody gravitated toward Pastilli very heavily for whatever reason. Maybe he just became #1, and so he was the easiest to get to. And so a guy who had 13,500, I think, was his previous peak. Suddenly he's at, it's good peak.
That's
good
huge.
Peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a tiny guy. He was already like doing this for a living, but just a regular living. Like today, like the last 30 hours or so, he's had first it hit like 20K, and he's got these silly goals. When I hit 20K, I'm gonna call my dad. And they're like, and then so he's like, Dad, 20K, they're watching, and he's like, great.
And
he's like,
it's pretty neat, I suppose.
When he hits 20,
you know what time it is here?
My dad would be like, don't call me while you stream.
He's like, at 25K, I'm calling me Nana. he calls Nana, and she's like, well, that's great. That's extra moist. And he's like, as he hits these levels, he's got these ridiculous, stupid goals. He's like, he's moving to Europe very soon, like in a week or so. And so he doesn't have anything in his house, really. He's like, oh, I've got some microwave. And they're like, we want to see it. He's like, well, at 30,000, you'll see me microwave. 30,000 comes around.
These are low effort prizes.
30,000. He comes in, gong, big Samsung microwave. And he's got it in his lap. And he's like, you know what? Let's play. And he puts the keyboard on top of the microwave, and and what he's doing this whole stream, there's this new goal in the game. If you kill like the hardest boss in the game 100 times, you get his tracksuit, which is a terrible prize for a seemingly insurmountable goal. And he's been doing that continuously for the last 30 or 35 hours. And he kills Killa with the microwave in his lap and the keyboard on the thing. Right now, he's sitting at like 68,000 concurrent viewers watching right now.
That's unbelievable.
Every time he runs an ad, he's getting $670, and he runs an ad like every 2 games. And these are quick games because he goes in, he either kills Killa or he dies, and then he gets out. Like that's all he's doing over and over. And so he's making, I don't know how much. I would guesstimate he's made close to $30,000 today, and he just keeps going. This is life-changing money, folks. This is life-changing money. Thank you so much. And it's just, he's gotten, last time I checked,
that's cool.
He's gotten like 4,000 subscribers today. Like he's over 10,000 subscribers. He's killing it like right at this moment. But you can see he's
a little
starting to get woozy.
It's been well over 24 hours.
I'm on his stream right now, and he has left, and it's just.
Oh,
yeah, he might be going to pee.
Oh, he's just stretching. Here he comes. Look, he's brought snacks.
Oh, you're right. He's back.
He's got fruits. He's got grapes and power bars. He's coming back to the game right now. And the chat's loving it.
Yeah, I want to know like exactly how long he's been going. He's
been going for roughly 30 hours right now.
I like that you include
$1,000 an hour. Not too bad.
What's his name again?
Pastilli. Pestilly.
If you click on browse, he'll be and then Tarkov, he's #1.
Yeah, he's been #1 for like like I said, for 30 hours or so, and it's just been growing and growing and growing. And I mean, I've had it open the whole time because if you're watching him every few hours, you get a free item in the game, and it's good shit.
By the way, I don't know if you know that a lot of games do that. Like Borderlands did that. Call of Duty does that. Like if you watch these streams, you get stuff in game.
I did not
It's
know
a
that.
hookup. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. In most games, a thing, it's like, cool.
Right.
In this game, it's like, oh my God, you just doubled my net worth.
What do they even give you in COD? Right, like a game's worth of XP.
A
They
skin.
probably let you like paint your gun different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In
With
this
actually
game,
that I might like.
in this game, while it is random, while it is a random thing, it could be an items case, which is like 1.5 million rubles. Some people only have 1 million rubles, so to get one of these things is a real big deal. I got a few very nice things in the last 24 hours, so I'm psyched for this guy. I'm very happy for him. He seems like such a genuinely kind, nice guy. I sent him I don't know, 15 or 20 bucks last night, and I was like, loving the streams, RSK for life. And he's like, if his calls with a $20 there, RSK for life. I don't know what that means, but keep it up, buddy. And the chat's like, those are the real sweet kids.
Yeah.
Nice guys.
Oh, the chat knew who it was, probably.
yeah. A few people knew who the real sweet kids were in the chat. There was just so many people watching you. They were bound to.
I like thinking of the real sweet kids as kind of like the IRA or a cool terror cell that brings fun instead of terror. So
Okay.
yeah, nice. I mean, this
we
guy,
work
he's
hard
got
and we play hard.
we play hard.
Yes.
Yeah, this guy. There's no
Thanks
way
to
you can
Blue Chew.
afford to quit. Like if I got to like 50,000 viewers on a stream or something, and I was 4 hours in, and I had like an engagement to get to,
It's his wife's birthday.
I would have to see something like that. I'd have to be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I can't come to your birthday, babe, because I'm making $2,000 an hour right now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll see you as if this is still going 48 hours from now. I'll still be here. I'll be sitting in my own shit and piss,
If
just
he
trying
told-
to rake
If
it
it
in.
was
told
my
her, he's-
wife's birthday and I had 60,000 concurrent viewers, she'd be like, "All right, aim for the head, Woody. I'll see you tomorrow."
Yeah,
That's what his wife's doing.
I want
That's
a new
exactly-
car. Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what his wife's doing right now. You know, he's like, she's okay with it. She gets it.
Yeah.
They're like, she was asleep, and they're like, how many viewers did you have when she went to sleep? He's like 30,000. And he's at like 60,000. He's like, I wake her up. I said, how many you got? I said 60,000. She said, bullshit. Go right to sleep.
Well, that's a nice
it's
little
really
feel
cool.
good story. And just in the time that I've been having this stream open, in donations, he's probably made 200 in the last however long we've been doing this.
Yeah, I gave him like 15 or 20, and then I
Like
gifted
10
him
minutes.
like 5 subs, and my donations paled in comparison to many of the others. I saw him get gifted dozens and dozens of subs at a time, and several $100+ donations, and I only watched for maybe 2 hours or something out of this 30. You know,
Mhm.
I've had it open the whole time so I can keep grinding away those free items. But
Is most of this for the memes, or like the community, or is he actually really, really good at this game?
he's really good at the game. Yeah,
Okay.
that's why they're there. Like not only is he really good at the game, but it's kind of a perfect time for him to be on a marathon run right now because of the goal of killing Killa 100 times. Like he's trying to do that now. And
What is
everybody else
that?
is like, well, I'll get it in a few months, you know. I'll get it before March probably, which is when the game wipes again. Like I've killed him once or twice. It just,
Can you explain what that is? Killer?
yeah, it's a boss character within the game that spawns about 35% of the time on just one map. So if you play that map over and over, you'll see him about 35% of the time. He's very difficult to kill. He has like the best helmet in the game, the best armor in the game. More sort of, as soon as he sees you, he just melts you.
Why is
And,
this character
so-
getting tunnel vision?
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Yeah,
that
he's
either.
been on some drugs in the game. So to try to
Even his character's getting tired.
yeah. He as every game begins, he'll shoot himself up with a combat stimulant, and he'll rub on some combat Vaseline, and that has a dual effect. One of them gives him better the injection gives him more stamina and faster stamina regeneration, That way he's able to get there just a little bit faster. He's trying to beat the other players who are also trying to do this quest to Killa if he is indeed there. And then the other one is works as a painkiller. And so that way, if he does get hurt really badly in the game, like breaks a leg, he won't start limping. He'll still be able to sprint to safety because he's under the effects of the painkiller. But the negative is after about 5 minutes, you start getting these negative side effects, and those last for another minute or so until you recover from that. But he's in and out so quickly that usually happens toward the end of his run.
Why are there blurry spots?
Let me see what you're looking at.
So if you look at his stream right now, I'll call it like just off center, top right.
Okay. Yeah, he's wearing a face visor on his helmet. His helmet has a that's the negative effect of a face visor. It's literally like a clear shield that comes down, and it gives you level 3 protection, which is most pistols and shotguns pellets will bounce off of it. Most rifle bullets will penetrate it, but some won't. But the downside is it's dirty, and your view is mildly obscured. And at nighttime, it's very obscured. After a while, you don't even notice it.
It seems like in game, if he gets shot at, his vision goes blurry temporarily. What does that mean? He getting hurt?
Yeah, he's probably getting hurt. I have noticed that sometimes it seems that if he gets a concussion, he'll have concussion symptoms. He'll have like blurred vision, double vision,
vertigo.
Like quad vision. Like he'll be shining his laser, and he'll have 4 lasers on the screen, and he'll be like, "All right, let's get our head together here," and it'll take like a good minute before his character is like, "All right, I'm with it again. Okay, all right, let's go back. You have really serious consequences from getting shot in this game and getting concussions, getting the effects of dehydration or low energy if you don't eat.
I've watched hours of that guy you told me.
Fair TX or something.
Fair TX, yeah. I couldn't get. But yeah, I watched him a bunch. He makes good videos, and it got me. I want to say into Tarkov. I still don't think Tarkov is my game, but I do get it though. I understand why people like it. I understand how kills have consequences. Parts of it seems like it sucks. Like not the problem. What's great and terrible about Tarkov is how hard it is to cash out. You get 4 kills. This guy's carrying everything he can carry, and he wants nothing more than to teleport to some safe place. But that's not how Escape from Tarkov works. Now he has to get to some extraction point. And at least this guy, one time, he got to an extraction point, but he needed paracord or something. So that extraction, he had to get to another one. And it's like,
he forgot his paracord.
Well, that sucks. And then, like, I don't know, but it's like, yeah, look, I'm on a 5 kill streak. I would like to just cash out from here, go to the cashier and do my thing. But that's not it. You got to earn your way out. You got to fight your way out. And it seems like even against AI, his chances of winning a fight are about 2/3, right? He's a good player. I'm going to just lay. All right. He has 5 kills. 2/3 chance winning each one. This is good. I would like to stop playing. So it's fun to watch him like.
It
and a lot of times he fails. He fails a lot. Like he goes, he gets 4 kills. His inventory is all loaded up. This is a boon times. Things are going cool. But it's not over. And then it's like, what? This has a sad ending? Okay. It does something.
Yeah, he's not the best player. That's part of it. I would say, like, I don't die to scavs a lot. It's kind of like it's very rare that happens anymore because they jibber jabber to themselves. They have certain areas that they're usually in. They're using low tier weapons with low penetration values, and I often wear a helmet with that face shield. And
he's not always decked out.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Some of these streamers, even it seems like they're not good enough at the game to have enough money so as that they can always run kind of kitted. I got more money than a lot of these streamers. I mean,
the one thing I'll defend because I stream sometimes is like sometimes you have to make bad decisions for entertainment. Like if I'm on a 4 kill streak and I get a thing at 5, if you're not watching, I will go someplace safe and wait for my 5th kill.
Mm-hmm.
If you are watching, I can't stare looking out a window for a minute like that.
Yeah. Some of them will. I don't know that if they're not doing that, they're not too good at the game. That's
Well,
I mean, that's just
I was
another
talking
thing.
about COD, but yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Is this guy
Yeah.
just playing the same map over and over and over and over?
Yeah. He's trying to complete this mission
For
which
28 hours almost.
He's not only
That
the
sounds
same
awful.
map.
He's almost
not just
learned
the
his
same
way
map.
around, Taylor.
Yeah,
Not just the same map. The same thing. Like he's not. That map's enormous. You could explore that map for an hour and not see it all. He's just zipping into the one area where that bad guy spawns. If he's not, he does a little loot, and then he's out. He either fights him and dies, fights him and wins, or he's not there and he leaves. And it's one of those 3 outcomes: rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat.
Is there a track of how many times he's killed him so far? And I guess you said 100 to get some prize.
It's a terrible prize. You get a shirt in the game.
You wouldn't want to
Oh,
wear
no.
that, right? You'd want armor or something.
Oh no. Well, it goes under your armor. Like you
Okay.
have clothing, like you have like military pants
Can't
and a
even
military
see
shirt.
it.
Like
Sounds
you can see it.
You say that prize is terrible, Kyle, but to me it's not. Like I played World War Z for a while. It's a zombie.
Mhm.
And they had a handful of rewards that you could only earn by being.
Yeah.
So if I saw a particular like stuffed animal hanging from your belt, it was like, this guy's a motherfucker. You know, like it says something to me. You can't buy it. So
That's what this is. That's exactly what this is. That tracksuit. I mean, he's way ahead of Shroud right now. I'm sure Shroud's been trying to do the same thing, and I would say if I had to guess right now, I would say this guy that we're watching has like 60 kills on Killa. If I'm guessing, I don't know. He was.
Barely over
would say
halfway.
I doubt Shroud's at 50 or 60. I mean, he might be. Shroud was grinding away last night too. He could have caught up, but I don't know.
So this is
it's
just like
very
99% a time grind.
It's hard as fuck to kill Killa. Like I said, I've killed him once ever. And
How many times have you encountered him though?
5 maybe.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. So is this guy good enough that he's probably like 50-50?
I'd say 50-50, maybe a little bit better than that. Like at one point he killed him 3 times in a row, and it was like, we're gonna knock this out in just a minute. And then he like 45 minutes goes by, and he's like, maybe not. You know, because there's other players who are also striving to do this same thing, and so they're in there rushing to that same area, and everybody's geared up really heavily.
Oh,
because,
so he could run into a real person.
Oh yeah, he
Right
has
now.
been quite a bit. You know that.
Okay, because I've just been paying a little bit of attention. He's in some like convention center trying to kill who I assume is Killa, and nobody else has been around. Does Killa have like a cool mask or a hat or something that's...
If he kills Killa, when he loots Killa, Killa has a very distinctive helmet and a very distinctive armor. He has this brown armor. It literally says Killa on it, and he's got a helmet that just has a slit in it for the eyes.
I've seen him.
It's like it's a very
black
hardcore
helmet?
helmet. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can wear it, you know, yourself.
What does
and
it
take
look-
it into other raids.
the guy that I talked about. I'm sorry, the name again?
Fair TX, I believe.
Fair T, yeah. Yeah, he got that helmet and then didn't put it on. And I don't know.
It's terrible.
It's
Can't
a terrible.
see shit. You can't see shit. You can't hear shit.
I figured that was the case. Yeah.
Within the game, you have hearing aids. Well, that's not the way. You have active ear protection, so that it boosts quiet sounds. It makes like sounds like rain that are just roaring and could cover up footsteps. Drops those way down, and it lowers gunshots and explosions. And it does that in real life too.
Just want to say something. I'm sorry. Real quick. A few minutes ago, I noticed my volume was a little low, but I'm going to keep it because 1, Kyle carried the show, and 2, we can't fake our genuine enthusiasm for this guy twice. Yeah. Anyway.
So you can't wear those underneath that ridiculous helmet. Also, you can't see very well out of it at all, but it does provide some of the best head protection in the game. So it's a real give and take in instances like that.
I'm sure Killa sees fine. He's an aimbot.
Oh, Killa sees like a fucking falcon.
He wall hacks.
Something.
Yeah. Oh no, this wasn't Killa. This was just some other guy he killed. All right, never mind.
Yeah, he's making tons of money doing this because like you can sell the armor and the helmet you get off of Killa for quite
Did he just loot a beard?
Market. Yeah.
Tearing it off of the guy's
They
face.
threw a bunch of Christmas items in, so there's Santa beards and
Okay.
stuff like that. There's mustaches. like a little fake mustache you can put on your character. There's some silly stuff in the game for sure. That kind of keep such a dark game a little bit lighter than it normally would be. It's
I love.
But yeah, I was
Christmas
just pretty jazzed for that guy. I'm glad he's doing really well. Glad he's making some
good for
money,
him.
'cause
That's really neat.
he definitely needs it. It's just him and his wife. They're just about to move to Europe. Like I said, I don't think they're immigrating there, but they're going for a very extended holiday, like several months. He wants to explore the world before he has children. And so he's going to a ton of different countries in Europe. And just right on the cusp of that, he's getting a huge influx of money and viewers and subscribers. And he's going to continue to stream while he's in Europe. So
this will
he'd
have
be
a
fool
long
not to at this point.
This will have a long tail too, right? Like, the one day hovering in the 60,000s is going to make, his previous 13,000 high a commonplace occurrence.
They're doing this for like 4
Hopefully.
or 5 days. This
I
thing
followed
where
him,
like,
right? Like,
Yeah, I just followed him
yeah.
because I tried to do the uptime chat, and it's like you have to follow. I'm like, well, I guess here I am.
yeah, they're doing this like promotion for the next 4 days, I think. So I would imagine when he does get off, he'll probably sleep for a while, hang out with his wife for a minute, and be like, all right, back to it. like, he's gonna be right back on here. And it was
if
funny
you have
to
like
see.
the gold vault right there, you're gonna want to be like, well, like I don't know how you would rationalize shutting this down. If I were him, I would just be like, all right, gonna go grab me pillow and a cup of tea, little chamomile, I'm gonna fall
Absolutely.
asleep right here, and you guys can just hang out and chit chat. Yeah? I'm gonna run ads. All
Okay.
night. Yeah.
I need 4 hours of sleep.
Oh, he's told
Enjoy
him.
my wife's gameplay while I get
He's,
All right.
he's
Now
like,
the
I'm
night
sure,
shift's coming in. Yeah.
he's like, I'm sure a lot of you got to go to work. Just leave your stream on.
Oh, that's
You'll still get prizes.
I remember there was a time when it was like bad taste to like make money on YouTube and such. But White Boy somehow got away with it, and he was like, guys, you know what? I have an idea. Why don't you make the home page on your browser, youtube.com/whiteboy7street? That was your idea? He's like, and I would like you to watch these things on PC, because I think we get paid for mobile now, but we didn't previously.
Yeah.
And,
I told him, I was like, our homepage should be their homepage. That way, they load up YouTube, one free view.
Yeah.
yeah.
Was
He
like,
also had a cool thing, like in terms of like working the system and the algorithm. He had other secondary channels that got, some homepage views and stuff. So he'd run like if he had a video that he wanted to get to the YouTube homepage, that'd be on Catboy 7th Street or fucking whatever, Insect 7th Street, White Boy 7th Street. All of them would give him that little extra boost to get more likes and views to get on the YouTube homepage.
He had so many retarded channels like that.
7th Street was not retarded. That was quality entertainment.
Seventh Street.
That was a bug we found on my porch, stoned as fuck one night. He needed his own YouTube channel.
There was literally a bug one. That's probably the one I'm thinking of.
It was
right?
a praying mantis we found on my porch. We were like, he needs a channel.
This needs a channel. Yeah. I'm going to categorize it in babies and early childhood learning. Yeah. Hey kids, look, it's a bug. See, violating the category conditions. Yeah, that was a fun little time in YouTube history.
Yeah.
Not really like that anymore.
No, I wonder if fake views are a thing on YouTube anymore.
Definitely.
But how do you know?
Probably...
Like YouTube has spent, so there's money involved. So YouTube dedicated a lot of resources into catching that stuff.
I just mean there's a lot of, I don't know how they would do it. I just mean there's always a lot of smart people that force the people who write the security to have to go further and further all the time, Kind of like the shoe bomber at that got caught. So now we all have to take our shoes off.
Hate that.
Shoe bomber.
Yeah. Yeah, we're suspicious that this gentleman is hiding explosive in his testicles. We're going to go ahead and blow him. Just to be sure.
That's what we need. We need a terrorist that
guy.
forces us to get first class and blowjobs.
Yeah.
I have to go through,
Sadiq Muhammad Makak. Yeah.
We
When
can't
I
be
go to see
safe
my
unless
probation
Woody
officer-
comes once.
when I go to see my probation officer, I've got to go to a federal building, and so there's a metal detector. I'm always very well equipped for that. They're like, "Do you have a cell phone?" I'm like, "Absolutely not." Take off your shoes. I'm wearing flip flops. Give me your belt. Not wearing one. They're like,
These are-
"Shit."
These aren't even
We'll walk
jeans.
on
These are
through.
pajamas.
I can't
Not yet, I'm not
inconvenience
there.
him at all.
They seem
Actually-
genuinely upset that they can't inconvenience me, and then I'm prepared. I'm like,
Yeah.
Do you have anything in your pockets? Nope. You got a phone? Mm-mm. Do you have a belt? No. Don't even have belt
No,
loops.
it's just
Let's
me
go.
and this jock strap, as you can see.
If more fellas start acting like this guy, we're out of a job, Cletus. You just have sunglasses and you heely through, looking all smug. Yeah.
Sir, you can wear a t-shirt, you know.
No, I'm a naturalist. So you have a butt plug with a foxtail made of plastic.
That's how you know I'm not hiding anything in there.
Yeah.
It's hollow. Look.
It's hollow. It's certainly not a plug to keep the heroin in. Yeah.
I
Burger
could
King
keep
manager
anything in
freaks
there
out
if I wanted.
and attacks customers. Okay.
I just got
I vibe with this.
Mitty just shared this with me. I have not pre-watched it, but the title reached out and grabbed me, and plus it has 50,000 points on Reddit and 5,000 comments, so
Damn,
might
I'm
be
down.
good.
All right.
Public freakout. This is probably. I never go to this one when we're not doing the show, but this is probably a great one to just browse.
Someone just recently shared that one with us
Ooh.
in our PKA hangout on Sunday.
Have I maybe seen this?
Patreon link down below, and they said I think it's called like deadly car crashes or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, all of
That
them.
one it was a little too much. Like you watch one, and it's like, oh, but
The
how many
cars
people died? How many
explode.
lives ended?
You guys ready
There
for
was
this?
no point of like.
I am
there's this.
prepared.
You okay? Yeah. I'm
3,
ready.
2, 1, play. Oh, I've seen at least part of this.
Oh, she's got that door, and she wants to take that door with her.
I think she's the manager of that Burger King.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
attacked this man.
Wait, who's the manager?
The woman.
The woman who's
I'm
fucking
low
with the door.
confidence on that, but I saw it somewhere else.
That guy clearly not an employee. He seems to be trying to leave the Burger King.
Madam, you have just assaulted me.
What is she
Put some
doing?
voodoo on him. Oh, she's using the force. She's using force lightning.
What the hell is wrong with
Someone needs
her?
to edit this and put force lightning.
Yeah, now she's climbing on it. This can't be the manager.
I wish I always
a freak out.
I always want to know the story behind this. Why is she so upset? Is she on drugs? Did she have like one McDouble too many? Like what
Dude,
pissed her
the
off?
force hands thing is making me think drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, she's attacked another person.
She's attacking a different employee.
Oh my god.
I think she's
Oh
probably
my god, look at her
Wow.
Oh, it's a guy from The Shining.
face. Hey there, Doc.
Yeah. Hey there,
Calm
Doc.
down.
Why are you assaulting your frying employee?
She got a shine to her.
Yeah.
She's
I like the
she
cut.
looks- this lady looks absolutely insane.
I feel like get the woman off her.
Yeah,
There
when
are
you come
men
up
there who
behind
could
and
beat
you-
this woman with one hand. And he's just letting the woman who was sitting in a chair, was she maybe calling
Dude,
911?
Look at the guy sitting.
I'm red coat guy in the back. Right now.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
God
I'm not
damn.
getting- I'm not getting
Dinner
involved as a
and a
man.
show.
in
I'm a
women I don't
fucking
know.
action hero in this situation. Compared
this
to
thing-
that
this
woman,
thing's got
I am a
a taser.
superhero.
Oh, it's
Dude, look,
cops.
they even sent a female cop who couldn't do anything.
They got a guy cop in there too.
Good. Yeah, I would not step in.
Why not?
You punch that lady, she goes down, fractures her skull. You think they're gonna paint a nice
I choke
picture
her
of
out
you
while
before?
explaining to everyone that this is fine.
White man chokes out black, a restaurateur. Watch now. And it's just
All the comments are going to be like, nice technique, he trained.
No, it's gonna be
Yeah, probably not.
put that Nazi in jail.
Ringleader of the group, Rape Squad Killer, was seen today assaulting an African-American restaurateur and businesswoman.
He had led into the courthouse. It's
They'll
real sweet
show-
kids. It's real sweet kids.
They'll show her in her choir, like doing that clapping thing where they go side to side, like they won't show the force lightning crazy eyes.
But the bride's gonna be like, in 2 to 4 years, Woody will be able to compare his stories with Kyle's.
Yeah, they'll let him out eventually.
Yeah,
Eventually.
I just yeah.
I
Yeah, that
just woke up from
bitch
a
is
nap.
crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe that the end screen The cop is turning his back on her. That seems like a bad idea. I think she's an ear and hair grabber.
He doesn't know about the Force lightning.
No,
You
dude,
never
but I
turn your
love
back on a Sith.
red puffy coat guy. Just as that's all going down, he's just kind of like, I ordered my fries 15 minutes ago.
Where my cheesy tots?
Yeah, where my cheesy tots? That was another thing I noticed. I'm like, that looks pretty good.
The cheesy
I
tots?
bet it's not actually any good.
Do you think the cheese is in the tots or on the tots?
I think it's in the tots.
He just
Otherwise,
ran an ad and lost 1,000 viewers.
I would like it to be on the tots.
If I did that, I would have negative 800 viewers afterwards.
I would also be negative viewers. Yeah, yeah, I think I'm gonna stream tomorrow afternoon when I get some time.
I think I'm gonna stream tonight.
Fun. Yeah. Yes. How many is he on? He's on. Yeah, 63,000. Jesus Christ, that's insane. That is crazy.
Yeah, $630 an ad. He's been running a lot of ads.
So is that the way it works? So if you have like 10,000 viewers, you get $100.
According to him.
Oh,
he also ran 4 ads. Like it was a pretty big block. I just saw it when I flipped back. Block. It was ad 4. So
he's cashing in.
Yeah, he's cashing in. It's fun when people are on the side of cashing in.
Yeah.
Like we're all excited that something is good for happening for this guy, right? Like we're watching a guy slowly win a lottery. And like I don't know, that to me is part of the story. That's what's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome what's going on for him right now. I wonder if Shroud even gives a shit that he's not part of this because he's on Mixer. He's like, did Pastilli make 60,000 today?
Yeah,
yeah, the Nancy Pelosi clap, right?
Yeah, yes.
You're a big boy now. Yes, you are. Now you can almost afford my gaming chair.
Right? I feel like if if Shroud earned 60 grand one day, he'd be scratching his head, wondering if it's all about to end.
I mean, Shroud only has 3,300 viewers right now
on Mixer.
Yeah,
3,299.
I was on my Xbox recently. I was installing games for Christmas Eve, and Mixer's like prominently displayed on the Xbox home screen.
Who owns them?
Microsoft.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shroud's got a huge, he's getting a fee just to be over there. That's why he doesn't care how many viewers he has anymore. Like he can play what he wants and not give a shit about how many viewers there are because he's getting paid just to be over
He
there.
and Ninja are just kind of meant to be the flagship people of the
But Ninja's a little different because he doesn't I imagine he cares about his viewers because his goals seem to be getting on billboards and on 7-Up cans or whatever it is that he's going for. Like Ninja's trying to get out there, and if his streams start suddenly pulling 1,500 concurrents, even if he's getting rich, that's only part of what he's got cooking.
Yeah. That's probably true. That's probably true.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But
if Ninja's streaming, he is not. He's a lot bigger than Shroud. Wow.
Yeah.
Shroud is pretty big.
He what was I gonna? Oh, he was talking there's a stress to it because Ninja was the biggest on Twitch, but he's not the biggest on Twitch every day. So as soon as you're on top, everyone's almost they were half rooting for his fail. Reddit was really popular with anti-Ninja stuff, and I think he banned someone for stream sniping, but it's hard to be sure a guy was stream sniping or not. Who knows? His evidence was kind of shaky. The guy killed Ninja and then emoted to sort of show off. That could happen, stream sniping or not. And he flipped over to. But I just heard him interviewed, and he was like, "Yeah, you're on top," and everyone's wondering who's the next guy? When do you get dethroned? And it's a conversation that hurt his feelings, and it's stressful. Public eye stuff.
He has a much younger audience. They're very young, like tweens. And he plays a lot of Fortnite. That's his main game. And I saw them mocking him when he compared playing Fortnite to playing professional sports, and they're like, it doesn't take nearly the skill to play Fortnite. Yeah, it does. It absolutely takes the same amount. It takes just as much skill to play fucking Fortnite as it does to be a professional basketball player. When you're playing at Ninja's level, it just does.
Nah,
It just
dude,
does.
no way.
It just does.
It's a different kind of dedication. Like when you're
He's the only one in the world playing at this level. All right. So how many people are playing basketball at an NBA level? There's not as many that are playing Fortnite
a couple hundred.
at his level. There just aren't. Like he and Fortnite is incredibly popular. You know, many millions of players. I think it takes just as much skill to be as obviously it's a different
skill's hard to measure. That's the thing. It's a different skill, right? And then like I'm like, so I was going to perseverance. The kind of perseverance a professional athlete has to endure is kind of like a physical pain, doing something when you don't feel like it. The kind of endurance a professional gamer has to endure is a different kind of grind, but it's a grind too. He's definitely playing Fortnite when he doesn't feel like playing. That's part of the gig.
Probably.
He's definitely like maybe wishing he had some more outdoor time. Now I'm projecting. Maybe there's maybe I'm sure there are times when he's like, well, I'm projecting again, hop on and be judged by 50,000 people. Netflix seems nice right now. Like that'd be a nicer alternative. He's working. It's part of the deal. And it takes a different kind of like mental fortitude and perseverance to do Ninja's job.
He's just amazing.
That's true. But I mean,
that game's so much harder to play than any other game I've ever seen. I don't know how much you know about it, Taylor, but there's this building aspect where
I've seen those clips on Twitter, and I just scroll past them because I don't know what's happening.
Exactly, it's hard to even fathom what he's doing, but he is using so many different keys, and he's building He's building these giant towers and walls while outthinking the other player, while the other player is building those walls, while he's jumping and bounding and shooting and swapping weapons. It's incredibly talentful.
I believe you that it takes a lot of talent. It's just like it's much harder to be in the NFL or something like that than to be, as far as the amount of work. These guys have been playing football, hockey, basketball, baseball, whatever, their entire lives.
Yeah, some of them don't make the league till they're 19 or 20, Kyle. There's no parallel.
Yeah, but he's been playing his video games his entire life, right?
Like, yeah, there's an absolute parallel. That was.
No, there's a parallel. I'm just saying it's on a different level. For example,
I would like to know.
I think that Tom Brady has a few more than 50,000 people judging him every time he steps on the field. Maybe a couple more than 50,000. You know, like, and
you
even
think Ninja has few like.
No, I was using that as an example.
I know, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people looking at Ninja. He gets millions of views looking at his lowest moment on Reddit, right?
I would like to look at
that's fair too. How many people and it's more targeted and personal.
How many people play Fortnite versus like counting the entire player base of Fortnite versus the entire player base of hockey, and compare the two?
Hard to say, right?
I mean, the entire player base of hockey, Pee-wee fucking hockey in Canada, fucking like all the way up through like high school and men's leagues. The entire pool that can get you into the NHL plus the NHL. I bet it's comparable. It's probably more Fortnite players.
Oh, Fortnite. Like every kid in the world plays that. That beats out hockey, football, basketball, baseball, like all of them. Way more kids play video games than play a specific
250 million. That's clear from the latest statistic to come from Fortnite. More than 250 million players have registered accounts.
It's a lot.
Okay, that is a lot.
It's like every person in America is striving to be good at this one game. I don't think a sport can compete with that number. What I'm saying, I get it's a different talent. It's
different talents.
I get it's a different thing, but
maybe I'm stuck in old ways of thinking. It's just, to me, like when I see a guy with a tangible like body that he's built up over time, where it's like, God damn, that guy works out constantly, only eats the right thing so he can be the best running back that's ever ran, you know, and then, you know, and he made a bad play. Now he gets shit on by all 2 million people in Baltimore or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And so
that's the part most of their plays are bad. Running backs, they run for 2 yards constantly.
I picked the wrong position for that one. But something I was going to come to your side on, Woody, is you were saying like the critique of them. So the critique of like if, you know, Crosby or Drew or one of those guys sucks for a couple games, it's going to be like,
does.
Dude, what the hell is up with him? Like his passes suck. He's not shooting when he should. He's out of position. He caused that breakaway goal with his bad pass. Whereas if like, all totally true. And the last decade of statistics back that up. But then you can like the gamer thing, like with Ninja, if he does something, I feel like it's way more likely that people are going to come after him with personal things, not like you're the worst at this game, but like, hey, we're gonna try and embarrass you XYZ, or hey, we found this clip that you really don't like being out there. We're gonna focus on it and try and hurt your feet, like that kind of stuff, which is definitely different.
Ninja did something that wasn't G-rated, like maybe used bad words or something. And he's like, well, you guys see me as G-rated, but I actually do different things. When I stream at 6 p.m., it's kid-friendly. That was 2 a.m., you know, and like I loosened it up a little bit at 2 a.m. And I heard his explanation and thought, well, I can actually get on board with that. Like sometimes I feel that way too.
What did he say? Is that his thing, that he's like a clean streamer for kids?
I don't think he'd tell you that's his thing, but it was kind of put on him because he did a lot of clean stuff. And I think he was maybe cursed at another player or something, you know, and got mad at somebody.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he wants to come on PKA?
No, he's under a ton of scrutiny because of because he's just the best at what he does. And he's so popular. And he's not just good at Fortnite, you know, like I watched him play other games and he's a great gamer. He was really good. I watched him play the Call of Duty Battle Royale like a year ago or so. And that was really fun to watch.
Does he change games much?
Fortnite is definitely his bread and butter.
That's where I like, if I could be one of them, even if Ninja's wealthier, I feel like I'd rather have Shroud's audience. Shroud hops on COD, Rainbow, Escape from Tarkov. I want to see all of it. I want to see what happens when Shroud plays Name the Game, right? Especially if it's a shooter. If he put to play classic WoW or something, that's not for me. But any shooter, I want to see him apply.
Yeah, they haven't found the game that's where the player base who's been playing it for years can compete with Shroud brand new at it yet.
Right?
That game hasn't happened yet. He's like, oh, there's this. I feel like he could jump into Rocket League and just be destroying right away. Yeah, it's not that hard. You just calculate the yaw, and then
it's fun to watch him in Halo. You know, and like he walks in Halo and he doesn't know some of the very basics. I only know the very basics, but I knew things he didn't. And he still just wrecks. It turns out when you're a human aimbot, that's a really good starting place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's struggled with Tarkov more than any other game, I think. But Tarkov is just very unforgiving. You know, sometimes it's just not fair.
And he's a bit of a rusher, right? And Tarkov rewards people who play slow.
Yeah. He's definitely slowed down a good bit for Tarkov. He's learned his lesson.
Yeah. Dude, in watching that guy, just the one-shot headshot aspect of the game, brutal. Just sometimes, through what seems like no fault of your own, they just stop that game. Well, you've been notified that someone turned you off. And there it is. That's it.
When you're wearing a face shield, you literally get to see the bullet hit it and crack right between your eyes as you die. And it makes a very loud crunch noise, like breaking a windshield.
Most of the time in COD, if I lose a gunfight, I at least saw the guy who killed me, right? Like it's normal. In Tarkov, no. You just see your guy collapse. Just see the world go dark. And that's it. Turned off.
It's a horror game. I definitely believe that it's a horror game as much as it is a shooter or a survival game, because I scream a lot. Like especially if I'm playing by myself and the audio is very loud and the game sound is the only sound that I'm intaking. I get real shook up. I scream a lot, and a lot of players do. Like I watch this guy named Veritas. It was funny to see the rivalry between Veritas and Pastilli last night, because Veritas is arguably a better player and maybe even a better streamer, but it's a completely different personality. He's 31 years old. I believe he's got his master's in like computer programming or engineering or architecture.
Is he even
or something.
Australian?
No, he's this American guy who's who's very like accomplished. He's an incredible musician. So like he like between rounds he's playing the guitar and it's like he's just like, they'll be like, play this song, play that song. They'll ask for 10 different songs and he'll quickly play a melody of all 10 songs mixed together, like one after another.
Magic.
Dude, I hate it when people are better at like 10 things than I am at any one thing.
Exactly.
Right?
That's this guy. He created his own Tarkov app. And like so that you can go on there and you get all of the statistics within the game. Like they're like, how long did it take you to code that? It's like, couple hours a day, 3 or 4 months, no big deal. Just in my spare time. When I'm not running my freelance, what does he do? Coding job and my
This guy
my
sounds
other
cool to me. I
job.
want to see him.
He's super toxic. He's super
Oh,
toxic.
really?
It's
Ooh,
great.
cool.
Like they'll ask him questions. He's like, you guys are just a broken fucking record, aren't you? Look at this. And he starts reading all the questions in chat. Hey, how does this work? Hey, how does that work? Hey, how does this work? Instead of just asking somebody else, you ask me, the streamer. What the fuck's wrong with you? What the fuck's wrong with you?
What's this guy's name? I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah,
Veritas,
he's-
which I think is that Latin for truth?
Yeah.
he's
Veritas.
kind of winning me over.
He's I like him. I like him because he is. I don't mind toxic people. He is. He can be. I like that he's shitty because like a lot of the times, like this Pastilli guy will let that stuff roll off his back. He'd be like, "Yeah, so let me explain this for the 50th time this hour," and he'll just do it. But Veritas is like, "I already told you once." And I'm like, "You didn't tell me."
Shut up, bitch. Blocked.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
I'm not toxic, but sometimes my inner monologue can be. I play with fans almost every stream, and guy'll interview me in game. Right? I want call outs. I want strategies. Let's talk about where the next hard point is. I'm not here to conversate. You get me, right? but I don't say that. I just think it.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's fun, but and it was fun to see him and Pastilli go back and forth last night. Like Pastilli's in-game name is Veritas Bad. And Veritas's in-game name is Pastilli's Worse. and there's Pastilli's
Do you think it's a fun rivalry or
yeah, it absolutely is. Yeah. But they're trying to get under each other's skin. Like Pastilli is in his chat saying, he's faking that guitar, right? That's air guitar. Meanwhile, this guy's an incredibly talented musician. His whole setup is like multiple monitors with like a keyboard and mixers and 3 mice and like multiple guitars and he writes his own music and he composes his own music, performs it, does all these songs that he includes in his videos, and there's links to all of his music that he's composed and written.
That's a funny dig,
and performs. and he's saying I play air guitar. Well, exposed, I guess. I guess this is just all pre-recorded, huh? And he just starts killing it. Even the mistakes, huh? Even the mistakes.
He's trying to swift boat him, right? Like take his strength and act like it's his weakness.
He starts playing the guitar with one hand. I didn't know that could be done. And he's just
no, this is just really advanced ventriloquism.
He gave away the game. The one-handed thing proves it was air guitar.
And then
actually,
he
something
set up,
you don't know is Pastilli is gay and his wife is a beard and they've never fucked.
Then to like really fuck with people, he faked doing air guitar. Like he starts like fake playing with a track playing, and then he like stops playing and lets the track keep going. Like oh, well now I'm exposed, I guess. Yeah, they were going back a lot and forth a lot last night.
I wonder what they think of each other.
Huh?
Like I can't.
I think
some of this seems like are they frenemies? What is this?
Yeah,
relationship?
they just have a rivalry within the game. But I think they're
from the way you're describing it just sounds like friendly banter.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I think Veritas is probably annoyed because he's sitting there with 3,000 viewers, and he's like, "Oh, Pastilli told you that I play air guitar." That's just one of those big time streamers picking on the little guy. That's all that is. Meanwhile, they're normally like neck and neck, but because of like whatever algorithm.
Veritas's channel is a lot smaller. I don't know if followers are the way you gauge the size of the channel really, because he's at like 75 or 76,000, and Pastilli or whatever that guy's name is, Pastilli, is at like 180.
Yeah, he calls him Pest. He's exploded today. That's the thing about.
Okay.
Veritas needs to accuse him of view botting repeatedly.
I think he did. Last night. Like he was really going out. It was pretty funny.
Yeah,
stuff.
just rock the view botting stuff and shit on his greatest moment.
Yeah, there's a few really toxic guys who stream and play this game. There's a guy named Chicken Prism who's just super toxic. Just a real piece of shit. Like he'll like do this thing where he stands over the enemies and he'll play the audio of someone pissing, and he'll like at the end he'll like wiggle his players' hands like he's shaking his cock because he's pissing on their bodies, like he's He's real shitty.
I
He's real
admire the
shitty.
production value of that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
since like the start of this stream, Pastilli has gained about 36,000 followers. So
Yeah,
but he's
it's been a
lost
good stream.
about 2,000 viewers.
Mm.
I mean, there's no way this can continue forever. He's got to.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm him, I'm continuing until I'm down to like 5,000.
5,000. That's a lot of dedication.
Yeah, but I'll also be like, I'm not like this guy. I'm not good at any games. The fact that this is occurring is a fluke. I need to capitalize.
Yeah.
You guys aren't going to be back tomorrow. Like you're never coming back. So, yeah. I think I'm going to do a stream soon where I just watch like YouTube videos of like Zimbabwe helicopter guy and retarded chef and joke around about that. That seems like a fun
it's
stream.
weird. Filthy was talking about how it's really difficult to tell if what you're doing is working, right? So,
Yeah.
like, you can measure it. I was like, it's so easy. You can see the views and the donations, and But if you do something different, those things will both go down. But you can't tell if that different thing will eventually be better than the previous thing. If I was to go by what my people like, I do just chatting all the time. I just interact with the chat, give them all my attention, and that's what they want from me. But I don't know that that's a long-term formula, right? Imagine you take all my YouTube videos, which in themselves had some redundant things that I would, like friend zone videos every month, and just make it like, I think I've got like 2 nights worth of wisdom. Right? I can't just chat all, for 12 hours in a row without like.
Yeah, you're
repeating.
right. Like you kind of create your own little, inculcated group of people who are like in the know already. Where if somebody who doesn't know who you are pops in, they're like, I'm not gonna ask this guy a question. Who the hell is this? He's not even playing a game where we have common ground in. And then he just bounces. But also like people like me and you who do this when we have free time and feel like it, like we'll never know. Like the first step of knowing if anything you're working or anything, or if whatever you're doing is working, has got to be setting a schedule, because then you don't even have without that, you don't even have the baseline.
Yeah. Without a schedule, you're
data.
not like, you don't even have a chance. And it's like, do I want to have well, no. I want to do this in a way that it doesn't really interfere with me fucking off.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to do this when I have time to do it. And when I am enjoying it.
Yeah. I'm about clear I flew once recently and my elbow was okay. It kind of warmed up. Tomorrow, I think I'm actually like ready to start PT, and then we'll, hit the skies a little more often.
Nice.
If you have to rehab an injury, damn middle of winter, I feel like my timing is spot on.
Yeah, you don't want this to be like May.
Rainy days, right? Yeah, I don't want it to be when when the weather turns beautiful again and things are great.
It's been pretty gross here.
Yeah. I think
Like
Wednesday is good.
Just dreary, gray, in the 50s, and kind of wet. Honestly, I like that. Like I really do. Like that doesn't depress me or anything. It's just like I go outside. I'm like, I can wear my boots today. This is boot weather.
I feel like the reason you'd like it, you'd be like, a perfect day for Tarkov inside.
Yeah.
I'm not missing anything but sadness and dreariness. Like, it's just, you're right. It's kind of just shitty out here where it's like in the 40s, so it's not that cold, but it's just glum looking, not very sunny. Like, Christmas was great though. Christmas was like 70 degrees, which didn't make any sense, but I'll take it.
I need to be 20 years older, 66. Then all my friends will be retired too, and we can fuck off in the daytime. With the sun going down at 5, I don't have anyone to play with.
Yeah.
So,
that's the worst. It's like having a late lunch this time of year and being like, really? Like the sun's going down? Like,
yeah.
It's like eat it at 3:10? Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. It's the most depressing part of the year.
Yeah, it's turning though. It's turning.
Yeah.
I always do this every year. What is it? December 21st, the shortest day of the year. And now every day will get longer and longer sun. January 29th, I think, is the historically coldest day of this part of the country. So after that, I'm like, every day is just statistically better from now going forward until spring comes.
Have you ever done the inverse equation of that, where you're like,
No.
all right, well, I've passed the fun one, and now is where it gets sadder.
all downhill
and
from
sadder
here.
The
and
inverse
sadder.
isn't even true because, like, the hottest day of the year isn't even my target. It's like, here comes fall. Fall is beautiful. I love it when the high is 79. Like, it's not until it gets too deep, which just happened not long ago,
Yeah.
where it's like, yeah, this is actually colder than I like, and
I'd
days are
rather it be
shorter.
too hot than too cold. Absolutely. Like, I'd rather be like starting to sweat a little outside than shivering.
No
Depends on the
way.
activity.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I
When
went
it's
to
too hot. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing for that except for
You go
coming
swimming.
indoors. Well, when it's hot, and
Swimming,
sunny,
touche.
and
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay, swimming works. Swimming works. That's checkmate. But like if you have to do like lawn work, or like if you're out, just want to be outside, like working on a car, or like doing a neutral season activity, like you can always just throw another coat on, or some long johns, or some thermals,
That's
or
true.
something. But you can't do anything about the heat. You just at some point it's like, it wouldn't matter if I were naked. Even if I were naked, this would be awful.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what I associate so much with the coldness of winter is that horrible feeling of like when you have to do something early in the morning and you go outside and like getting in your car, it's just cold and shitty and sad. And I just hate that.
I am a firm believer of the get up, start the car before the shower technique, turn the heated seats on, and when I get in there, it's going, whoo.
Do you have the keychain start thing?
I do, yeah. But that doesn't engage the heated seats.
Yeah.
So I still have to go and hit the
Mine
button.
does.
See,
Dude, like,
that's pretty handy.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking amazing, right? Like the car knows why I started it. So I'll drive it. It's 65 degrees. The air conditioner's on. Park it. 4 days later in the morning, I hit the button from the kitchen. Come back. The heat is on. The heated seat is on. The heated steering wheel is on. I'm like, how'd you know? I didn't leave it this way.
How did you know? That is really cool. It just maybe senses the temperature outside and it's like, what would Woody enjoy?
Yeah, like it knows I didn't start it for the AC, which is how I left
If it started talking to you like that at one point, it's like, oh, your ass cheeks comfortable. Would you be like, you know what? If you're capable of doing that, you're capable of not doing it. Never speak again.
Do you blow people?
I'm a little man that's hidden in your trunk trying to pull this off. I steal your car and kill you.
I call it the bro truck because it always does these helpful things, like I just mentioned. It's the lane assist is a big thing. Like I won't even notice I've drifted towards a white line. You out there listening who think you never drift to the white line, that's where I was. Maybe you're perfect and I wasn't. I don't know, but it just says, "Hey, get back in the middle," and I'm like, "Thanks, bro truck. You're right about that." I did I did get out of the center of the lane, and I changed the little voice of him to an Australian dude because he's bro truck.
Yeah,
He's helpful.
that's a good choice. It's a good choice.
You
are approaching the side of the road.
I would like that too.
Take a left ahead.
I watched a very good scary movie last night.
Ooh,
I feel like those are rare. Like movies within the horror genre that are actually like pretty fucking good. This is called The Taking of Deborah Logan.
I've never seen this site before.
That's a horror only like streaming
Netflix of horror.
4 out of 5 skulls.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It was really cheap to sign up for, so I just did it. Like it was literally like $3 a month or something. And they had a bunch of stuff in their catalog. Mandy's in there. If you want to get a rewatch on that. But
I love horror stuff. This is interesting.
This was good. I added it to my television, my bank of fucking apps at this point. But The Taking of Deborah Logan, I really liked it. It had some genuinely creepy fucking moments, very spooky stuff, and there's kind of a mystery that's being unraveled as you go. It's about this lady. Can you give
anything away?
This lady has Alzheimer's, and a documentary crew comes to film her Alzheimer's, and in return, her daughter is being paid, and they need that money to like help with her care because it's so expensive, the treatments and the hospital visits and stuff like that. It's very expensive treatment for this Alzheimer's she has and the drugs she's on. So they're taking this grant money that's coming from like a university film crew in exchange for having their lives documented. So a cameraman, like an editor, and an interviewer lady, like move into the house with them.
And it's not Alzheimer's. It's a terrible evil has taken her.
Yeah.
Well,
If I'm basing it
That's
on
kind of
anything
what
I've seen in the
Alzheimer's
past,
is.
yeah,
You know, the
I'm basing it
Alzheimer's
on the
has-
description that's on the screen.
I'm assuming it
Yeah.
means some sort of spooky demon or a ghost.
she does have Alzheimer's.
Okay.
And she's really coming apart in a very terrifying kind of way.
Does she? It looks like this actress is younger. Am I crazy? She looks like she has age makeup on.
She looked
She's 72. She was 69 wait, that was 5 years ago. Jeez. So yeah, she was.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they re-released
She's
this.
72.
Very
She's
really,
67.
like last year or something. They re-released it.
2014, maybe.
Yeah, it's originally
Yeah.
from 14, but they just re-released it. I liked it a lot. I really did. I think if you watch this, it's spooky. There's some fucked up shit that goes down. Like there are a few scenes where I'm just like, don't do that. I don't know how. Woody's mentioned this before. You might not be able to come back from one of those.
That's when it
Ooh.
hits me. Yeah, you know, like
Ooh.
it's like, oh, they cut that beautiful girl's face.
Now she's useless.
Well, it's just now that's permanent. Now that's a thing. I like. There was a UFC fight. I think that Chad Mendes elbowed Conor McGregor in a way that gave him a good cut on his eye, and he's like, "You'll never look in the mirror for the rest of your life without thinking about what I did to you." And it's like, oh, sick
Like, well,
burn.
And at some point, I'm just gonna kind of forget about it, and it'll just be a scar on my.
You think
It's like,
it's
oh, of
a
course.
vertically oriented scar next to his opposite his crow's feet.
As a fighter, that's pretty cool.
It
It's a
doesn't.
cool
It's
scar,
not bad. I don't see it all the time, but I can tell you that if you have a vertically oriented scar across the wrong way,
Yeah,
it's visible. Like
you're right.
Hope had a scar on her forehead, and the plastic surgeons are like, "This is going to be okay." You know, it's very fortunate that this scar is horizontal as opposed to vertical, because on your forehead, that's where that's how the wrinkles work. And so and now
Yeah,
you
I've got
wouldn't
one
know it.
right here that you can't even
Really?
see. Where those Red Ryder BB guns that are like lever
Yeah.
action. I was rapid fire cocking it, and it slipped in my left hand, and so I just drove it the barrel really hard into my head right here, and it made like a semicircle cut right here,
Oh.
like a crescent.
But have you
moon.
ever seen anyone with a vertical one between their eyebrows?
It's bad. It doesn't work because of the way your skin moves. Yeah.
The coolest scar is the one that starts here, causes a line in your eyebrow, and then it picks back up on the cheek. It's like, damn, he was in sword fighting.
On a guy, like vertical scar above his nose is not that big a deal. Like it even looks semi cool to me, but on a girl, it just looks like it's a mild disfigurement.
Did you see Connor's Instagram?
No, I must be out of
No.
date. What did I miss?
He's bulking up.
I have
Ooh, he's
seen
getting ready
that.
for a
Yeah,
fight.
he's been more than that. Like he's getting potentially for a weight class change, or he used to fight at 145 and he was really skinny. And then he fought at 155 and he was
Still
He
not the
wasn't-
biggest of 55ers.
he wasn't the biggest of 55ers, but he was champion, so legit.
Yeah,
50. But he wasn't big for the weight class. He's either going to 170 or he's going to be big for the weight class.
Yes. He looks real big.
Did he have a
He looks-
shirt on in it?
No.
Then it's not the one I'm thinking of.
He looks thick. He's putting on some muscle.
Yeah.
There's going to be some Connor fights this year. I'm excited.
I hope there's. Oh, I'm about to show them to everybody. Fucking Instagram it. I wish I could. Want to drag this picture and make it a little higher. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, that's big for Connor. I'm giving him the eye test for drugs.
Don't like cocaine.
I can't be sure. So his capped deltoids tell me yes. His traps though look reasonable. His hard nipples say yes, but I don't even know what nipples are supposed to look like with body fat like that, But I don't know.
I mean,
And his tattoos say gay.
he's got a king gorilla on his chest. There's nothing gay about that.
No,
his
that's very cool.
his tiger makes me want to fuck his belly button. Is that just me? But
Do your best.
yeah, do your best, right? He's got 6% body fat. You can't fuck his stomach. That and I mean, really, with me and Connor, whatever happens, what Connor picks.
I might like it.
Could be. But yeah, he's looking strong. I wonder what he's going to. So Chael Sonnen says that he's very good at identifying someone's weight. I loved his brag. He's like, I could work at a carnival. This is one of my gifts. Like, I like that. And he estimates that Connor will weigh in around 165. He says that's what he weighs. And I'm not gifted at that, so I don't know. But 165 is light for 170. You want to weigh like 182-ish, 185-ish? Yeah, to fight at 170. 165 is small. But I want to see if
Kamaru Usman is a good 182, 185, and he's already like descended to that through his fight camp. Like if he doesn't have a fight in the next 6 months, he's walking around probably 215 or something. He's a big boy.
Maybe. I'm not good. I don't have that gift.
He's so big.
He's
like
big.
like Khabib. They say he walks around at like 195 or something.
And he's, for people that don't know, he's the 155-pound champ.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he's
so
it's bizarre. I wish they would do that thing that One does. I think they're the organization that like does the hydration tests at weigh-ins. Yeah.
So I don't know the details of it, but One weighs their players or their fighters throughout the camp and stuff. So they don't let them just. Most fighting organizations, when you have to fight at 155, you only need to weigh that for a few minutes. So you try to dive bomb and dehydrate, step on the scale and hydrate again. So that 155-pound class just means you're able to weigh that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
One doesn't let you drop huge amounts of weight like that. They weigh you throughout camp, and most people just moved up one weight class. That's how they handled it. So I don't know what the best way to do it is.
I liked what One is doing. If that works, I wish everyone would do it. Because sometimes you get such a disparity on fight night. It's like, holy shit, they're in the same weight class. Like when I was showing, my dad hasn't watched a lot of UFC, like just like highlights that I would show him. So we watched the event, and he's like, they weigh the same
for a moment.
These two men. This is
for at least a joke yesterday.
Yeah. I feel like they just played a prank on that little fellow there.
It's a mix, though. Like Kyle knows this, but the listeners may not. Joe Rogan always says people should fight heavier than they tend to, right? He's always saying, like, man, this guy gasses out. He has a glass chin. If he were to fight at the weight class higher, he would be the best version of him. Counterpoint, most of the champs seem big for the weight class. I don't see these guys following Joe Rogan's advice being champion. So,
do you think he gives that advice because it's like he thinks it would make the sport more entertaining?
No, I think he genuinely believes it. Like there's a few things that play into that. I've talked about it before, but that little layer of liquid between your brain and your skull, dehydration depletes that, and the hydration in your bloodstream and your muscles might get back up to mostly normal, 97% of normal, but maybe that little area of fluid between your brain and your skull is still at like 78% of what it would normally be, and you're just easier to knock out. That's some science that I believe in, and I've heard people explain a few times before, and it just seems like there's something to it. Also, one thing to consider is like it seems like, I don't know what the percentage is because it changes day to day, but I saw that like 80% of the time fighters who miss weight win.
Yes, something like that. Oh, there's another similar stat. Fighters who get fouled, like a big eye poke or groin strike, and keep going, lose a lot.
Yeah, especially eye pokes.
Makes sense.
If your vision is compromised, yeah. I don't know what the effect of some of those like I felt like that was a bullshit groin strike in the Colby Covington fight. Colby was like, "What? Where is his dick? This is his dick? Is it right below his belly button? Are you kidding me right now? How big is this hog?
He's black."
Like
that might have been a legit groin strike.
It was like, does it go up like a question mark and then come down? Like he kicked him like.
Listener, if according to my memory, picture the center of your thigh going up to like your hip, just below your belt. That's where he kicked him. Your dick's not there.
High.
Yeah,
it was so high.
It was high and off to the side. Kyle said above his belly button, but I remember it being off to the side.
That seems to be a trend. Is that if I've noticed, like even in the UFC I've watched, that people will ham up the groin strike thing to get a breather. Like they'll all on the front end watching, you're like, oh shit, that probably hurt. And then the guy's on the ground, doubled up. He goes over, sits in his corner, like does that rest thing, and then it shows the replay, and he like gets caught in the belly button and like collapses.
I think that happens.
Shouldn't there be like a punishment for that?
And anyone who's had a groin strike, like it doesn't have to be fighting, but we've all had groin strikes probably. It's like, yeah, that really hurt. Now it's a minute later. Like I'm compromised, but really I can get up and walk.
Yeah, but
Should
you're not
I just
at 100%.
start? Yeah, everyone's watching me right now, and they feel this like pressure to get back into it. And the refs are saying, "You have 5 minutes. You take every bit of that 5 minutes you think is appropriate." You might think, like if Taylor and I are going, maybe if you have a cardio advantage, you're like, "All right, 40 seconds. I want to get back. I don't want Woody resting."
Yeah.
Or you might think the opposite, or you might just feel pressured because
I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
I think sometimes MMA groin shots are much worse than like some of the groin strikes that you've probably had in like day-to-day life and like baseball, hockey, football, because they're moving around so much. I think sometimes their ball has gotten between the cup and their thigh, and the cup is crushing into their fucking ball.
Possible.
Like it seems like I see them adjusting it a lot. Like it seems like it's hard to find a cup that works very well for MMA.
That was the best part about the goalie cup, playing goalie in hockey. So everybody else has those shitty cups, but what you're talking about, the goalie cups are the size of a manhole cover. And it's got like the cup, like multiple armored like layers of cups, and then just so much comfy foam on the front and back of it. It covers like up to your belly button and like down to like the middle of your thigh. You never had any fear with those. It was a good feeling.
When I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, some guys wear cups, some don't. It probably varies gym to gym, and it certainly varies person to person. I wore a cup. I preferred having a cup. I didn't get hit in the balls as much. Another thing is when you're arm barring someone, it provides this like fulcrum point to bend their arm backwards right on the cup. And they're like, Woody, that gives you an advantage. Like it's a fulcrum when you do an arm bar. And I said, I agree.
Yeah.
Fuck
and
you.
With the added bonus of protecting my testicles.
Yeah. When I arm bar
Not only
you,
that, it's covered in poison ivy. Look at your arm.
It's covered in
that would have been great.
Good God. You know I'm allergic. Yes, I do. That's why I switched from fiberglass. Everyone else gets fiberglass.
Yeah, that's right. When I arm bar you, that's really a me thing, not a you thing. I'm not concerned about how much you like it. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. He's choking himself out. I win.
Jesus, Woody, is there shellfish on this too? Are you guys ready to call it? I like this PKN.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
PKN 280.